Hi, everybody. Happy New Year and welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Justin Fields getting it going. Big win at home in the elements. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, okay, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, become a member, get even more content, really understand the nuance and details of what's going on, and not only the quarterback position, but high-level offensive and defensive football. I appreciate your support. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. Justin Fields, the Bears, keep it rolling in the elements. First play right out the gate. Your boy, DJ Moore, slot, wheel, big hit. Get a little confused on the matchup defensively. Can't sort it out. Big chunk right out the gate. Now, I like to remind people, every video, it's usually potentially someone's first. In the weather, okay, this is a weather situation right here. I'm going to have a lot more grace for quarterback accuracy. So here, what easily could be a touchdown in a weather situation, the ball location, the spray area is going to be wider. I'm not going to worry about it. We know the accuracy is a big thing of playing quarterback in the league. We're going to come through here, run the post. Here's where the ball ends up going on what I'm going to call this little wheel. Now, the part about this that I love is that in any type of man or match coverage, they're going to have to sort through this. So whoever's got the wheel in man or carrying the wheel has got to sort through that so you get that kind of natural rub. So just a really nice job design-wise here. If it wasn't there, we would have the over working from up top coming towards the bottom of the screen. So post wheel, over, beautiful kind of in rhythm from Justin, even though we can barely see it with the snow. And again, great route, big time catch, finish, excellent. Just a really nice job. The aggressiveness, especially in the elements, I think playing in the elements matters. It's not going to be as precise, but you've got to be able to function. And right here, Fields does a nice job ripping it to him. Again, wide open, right? That's a beautiful route. Nice design. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 9. We got Justin Fields getting all the way through a progression. So left to right. Quick out, corner, drive coming to you from bottom to top. And then we're going to get the ball to the back on a check down for a first down in 3rd and 9 for a big chunk. Again, anytime getting through a full field read, I think is a nice thing for any quarterback. For a guy who maybe hasn't done it quite as much or been asked to do it quite as much as other quarterbacks across the league, I love to see it from Fields. In the elements, I think it makes it even that much more impressive. So left to right. No, quick out, corner, no, drive, no, basic, no, check down, yes. And it's that wide open. Thank you very much. We'll take it, everything except finishing in the end zone. Love to see it. So again, it's 3rd and 9. Not an easy down and distance for anybody. Weather coming down pretty good. Now, just looking at this thing scheme-wise here, we're going up, quick out, okay? Don't love it. They've already sky-mailed one I didn't put on the video. To the corner. The corner leverage is tough. They've got that outside defender. He's going to be running with him on the outside. Don't love that. We're going to get what I'm used to calling an iteration of drive down here to the bottom. So there's that shallow or drive route. Here's that basic route. None of it's there, really. So from there, we're able to have the check down come out here and just settle up. And because everybody runs with these drives or falls off and kind of funnels towards where these routes are going, it creates this big void over here. And again, Justin does a great job finding it. Now, the back does a nice job getting out as well because they don't always get out in this offense. And I think it's a point that you can be critical with this unit, pass protection unit with. But right here, the back does a nice job getting out with time. Justin sees it, eventually gets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full field read on 3rd and 9. This is a nice video evidence of Justin progressing about being able to get through reads when it matters. This isn't a 1st and 10 situation. This isn't a 2-minute where we're going to throw a check down for a completion. This 3rd and 9. No. Keeps his base. Look at his base. Boom. Left, right. No heel click. Ball right up on his face. wide open, massive chunk, first down, inside the 5, let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 6, beautiful touchdown pass to Moore, the number 2 on a little switch corner. An absolute strike of a throw. This might ruffle some bear feathers here, and it's going to be tough to see with the quality of the video and the snow. But for me, this is a tick late. Now, the ball location overcomes it, but I think Justin gets himself in a little bit of trouble here with his footwork. Again, the ball location is a straight up dot. Okay, don't get it twisted. It really is. What the route is for me here is Moore's the number 2 right here. He's going to inside stem this thing up and just run to that corner, just like a red zone corner. It ends up being kind of like what I would call a switch release here, whether this is an in or an option, only they know for sure. But for me, when I'm talking about Justin's feet, I'm saying at the back of his drop. So for me, okay, I'll put it for me first. I would want to be lined up to the left if I'm going to work the left. So I would want to almost dovetail this thing or drop at, you see sometimes guys will just drop at an angle so that when you hitch this way, you're hitching in the middle of the pocket. Okay, because I think one of Justin gets a little loose here, especially at the top of his drop, where if it's not there right away, he will start drifting towards the side he's looking to. So he moves to the left. Well, not only does that make it hard timing-wise, but it also allows you to get kind of walked back into these tackles that don't expect you to be there. They expect you to be in the middle of the pocket. So you're bringing yourself to trouble, which is never a good characteristic for a drop back passer. So just being really critical of the footwork here. I think he could get this thing off a tick earlier, maybe a hitch earlier, and then just not bringing yourself to trouble. So just tighten up the back end of this footwork. So again, you can see him move to the left, right? So back of the foot right there, just stay there. As opposed to drifting left, now we're into the left tackle, now we've got to throw over someone. And again, the timing of it is just not as precise, and that's why it's so far to the sideline. All that being said, doesn't matter, dot of a throw. Beautiful catch, great late hands. It's a hell of a play. 3rd down, touchdown, red zone, tight windows, sorting it out in the elements. Okay. All that can be, the footwork thing I still think can be overcome. I just think it's worth pointing out. So right there, great. Just stay right there. Hitch right there. As opposed to moving to the left, you can see it brings him to trouble and he ends up getting hit. So again, it's about being able to be on the field. Your availability matters. Don't bring yourself to trouble like this. All that being said, great throw, touchdown, hell yeah. Next one here, 3rd and 7, another DJ Moore dot up top. He's the slot. He's going to run what I'm used to calling just a quick wheel. It ends up being kind of like a post wheel combination. Beautiful throw, big time throw. Beautiful adjustment as well, giving your guy a chance. Again, I've already acknowledged it. I'll repeat it here, okay? In the elements, you want to make sure you give your guys a chance. It's not going to be perfect, okay? That's a hell of an adjustment right there from DJ Moore. Great job tracking it. So concept-wise, what's going on here? We're going post, and it almost operates as like a glorified clear. Really, I think both of these are pseudo clears. Here's where the ball ends up going here on that quick rail or wheel. And probably where the ball's designed to go, right here to your boy KO, up on kind of that sail or corner out. So really, you're kind of getting that, what I would say, clear most times. Now, versus pitcher looks, man, where he gaps him right here, that's where we're going to let that rail or wheel go. But the ball's probably designed to get to the number 3 on that out. It's 3rd and 7, right? Probably not taking a whole lot of shots down the field. But this is a beautiful job right here from Justin seeing it. I also love Justin playing in rhythm here. 1, 2, 3, hitch out. You just don't see it that much, if I'm being totally honest. And it's probably a constraint of the system as much as the player right now. But that is a beautiful adjustment. DJ Moore tracking the ball in the elements. Again, if we're going to compliment the quarterback throwing it in the elements, you got to compliment Moore playing in the elements, tracking the ball in the elements, finishing in the elements like this. That's a hell of a job. But you could see if he doesn't throw this, you've got Tunyon coming out of that thing as the number 3. Your boy KO looking as fast as he's ever looked. 1, 2, 3, hitch out. Nice base, great timing, rhythm. Great job finishing that thing, giving him a chance to go make a play. Again, making plays on 3rd down with his feet on time, in rhythm, picking up the pressure. Beautiful job pass pro wise. And that's a hell of a catch. Woo, baby. Next one here, an example of moving the launch point, little naked keeper, beautiful fake, 2-hand fake, empty ball hand, follow with the head. Great job finding the over. 18 does a great job settling this route down as well. Big time completion, going to your left. Watch the fake first. 2-hand, empty hand. There it is. And he follows it with his eyes. So extend with 2. Let go with the empty hand, ball on the hip. Look at the eyes, follow the back. Pull in the guard. Beautiful job. Now when we get out there, 18 does a great job of setting that thing down. Jump, catch it on the body on the break. But the idea being here that as we get here, there's universally something in the flat, something in the over, something down the field. Okay, so how are they going to get there? They're going to run the super vet across on the fast drag. They're going to run 18 on the over, and he does a great job of settling this thing up. He doesn't run to get covered. You can actually see him look out here and then settle down. And then we're going to get the corner down here to the bottom to take the top off this thing. So again, they get to the 3 levels the same way almost everybody does in these plays, but Justin does a great job of making this play happen. So being on the same page with 18, no, settle up, flip your hips, move into your left. That's a hell of a play. Again, I think everybody has wanted to see this more and more. Move the launch point, alleviate the pressure for the offensive line, play to Justin's strengths about creating, extending, and that's a great job from 18, seeing that hole and settling down. You can see him, track him the entire way here. 18, look, see him look out there to see the defense right there. 18's looking out, settle, boom. You can see 55, the linebacker type, he's going to turn and robot. He's trying to hunt up that over right there. All Justin sees is the back of his jersey, settle up, flip your hips, and rip it back across inside the numbers. That's a great play. Next one here, touchdown run, beautiful call here. This is an SRO for me. This is a screen potentially up top with the bubble to a quarterback draw, really a lead quarterback draw. So could he throw it? Maybe. Love Justin running it down here in the tight red area. Great job finishing, getting into the end zone, hitting the pylon. There's a lot to like right here. So again, a little bit of movement. You can see him look to the right, no, trying to get up, lead up, talk about exactly what happens here. They probably get a little bit lucky, if I'm being honest here, on this play. A few different reasons. First, DJ Moore at the bottom. He's moving. See him moving his feet? Now, I know he's everybody's new favorite wide receiver 1 for the Bears, okay? Hilarious. But right here, he's moving his feet at the bottom. The number 3 up top, he's in motion. This is 2 people moving. The number 3 guy has to come set again. He doesn't. That's a penalty. Should be a penalty. He also holds the corner, probably. Okay, don't get all hurty feelings. It's just the rules. Okay, so SRO, do you want to throw the bubble up top? Do you have the numbers? Maybe. I mean, I don't think you'd be wrong for throwing that bubble up top. Now, maybe it's 3-on-3 over there, and you don't love it. Okay, well, what is this play? This play is quarterback lead draw. Okay, we talk a lot on this channel about anytime there is a deep safety. So if he's moving to the middle of the field, the offense has the numbers to run the quarterback. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean that everyone is going to be blocked up. So if these 5 in the run blocking unit are blocking these 5 in the front, and we're going to have the back try to lead up for the backer right here. We're going to be one-on-one down here. Hold, probably. The only guy who's free here is going to be right here. That's why it's so easy and good to run the ball anytime you get a deep safety, because you've got everybody blocked at the first level and the second level. Now, the crazy ironic thing is that this guy is so good at running the ball that we end up not blocking this correctly. So unblocked. He's downhill, unblocked. We're holding here, and he still scores. Okay, so you can watch the back, try to get up on that weak side inside linebacker. He's not going to get there. Nobody blocks the safety. Justin doesn't care. He's that fast. He gets to the edge. Now, are you always going to get away with a hold? Probably not. Maybe the corner's overacting there. It's probably a hold as well. So again, you can get lucky. Okay, and when you're winning, Chicago, you're getting these calls or these non-calls. It's a penalty, 2 people moving. It's a penalty holding. It's still a great run from Justin Fields. Okay, don't get all sideways in the comments. Okay, it's the truth. The film is the film. 2 people moving, sure looks like a hold. Doesn't matter. Justin is a great runner, has been a great runner. That's the thing about it. Where the hell was this the first half of the season? I feel like we had the same conversation last year. This is what it should look like all the time. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Another really nice job from DJ Moore. He is the number 2 up top. We're going to get to like a wide, loose bunch. Moore is going to run a little shallow and settle up in zone. Now, we're going to talk, this is not wide receiver school, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the nuance that DJ Moore puts into this thing because I love it. So nice job from Justin seeing it. Good job being on the same page, going left to right. He gets it. He gets the correct read, meaning zone, where to settle down. But then this little body control. So just the football awareness, the football IQ on 2, really high here. So what I'm going to call a shallow or drive, whatever, he comes across, and in man, you can keep running. But in zone, you really want to get over here and settle up. Well, if it's 3rd and 8 and you have a 5-yard shallow and you settle up here, okay, that might be the right decision, but it's not necessarily a great decision to get a first down if we got to get to the line. So the thing I want you to pay attention to with DJ Moore is his body control. So he comes over here, and then he doesn't just sit here square. He actually turns his body. So he puts his right foot forward, his left foot back to be able to catch and receive this thing to get a first down. Okay, so let me say that again. His body control when he gets over here, he gets a line because he knows exactly where the sticks are. He turns his body to be able to knife this thing and get a first down because he needs an extra 1, 2 maybe. So just a great job. I mean, again, not wide receiver school, but you got to pay attention to the details of this thing on 3rd down. So watch him get over here, control his body. He settle up right there, and then see him turn, open that left shoulder, and then split it. Boom, there it is. So if he just catches it where he's at, that's not a first down. He's got to get extra, great effort, great, awesome football IQ play. Just unbelievable awareness, control, awesome job. Now, again, I'm not pretending to be an expert on what they're trying to do footwork-wise with their passing game. And again, I know we've documented this all year, but this to me with Justin's footwork, it just looks consistently slow. And I'm not going to talk about it every drop back. Okay. The other part about it that I think is you can talk about the tempo of the drop if you want, being tethered to the construction and system, but the footwork at the top for me with Justin is just inconsistent. So he hits his back foot right there. I don't know of a lot of teams that want you to go back. And when I say that, that's a nice way for me to say I've never, earmuffs, fucking seen someone consistently play the quarterback position well and move back with their back foot after they hitch. So right here, hitch back. Now it works here because DJ Moore makes a great play, but it's just a world I don't think you want to live in. I think he can help himself with just cleaning up the back of his drops and making it much more consistent to generate more power. It works here. Great job from DJ Moore. Next one here. This is a really nice job from Justin Fields getting out on the edge. Another naked keeper, this time to the right. He's going to do a great job of putting that flat defender in a bind. So they can't be right. He ends up finding the over, stressing this thing, extending it. I think he just took out your boy Art on the sideline, stash and all. But we'll talk about the design of this thing as well, because I think I've been pretty critical of this offense for as long as we've watched this offense. But this is a really cool design. Woo, watch out, bro. So when I say cool design, I'm saying how we get to the naked. So you see a lot of teams run, essentially a naked or a keeper to the right, meaning that we're going to fake a run this way and we're going to naked or boot away from it. Okay. Well, the problem with that is often how you handle the edge. And this year I can think of reasons where we've seen Justin have trouble navigating an open edge with a free runner right in his face. So I love the adaptation here because you don't see this a lot. He's essentially fake tossing here. Normally on a fake toss, you'd have the back out here going this way, like showcasing the fake toss. That's not what they do. The action of the quarterback right here, fake tossing, does not mirror what the back is doing. The back is coming across and securing the edge. And I love that. Okay, it's unorthodox, but it's adaptive to the system, the issues that they've had. So excellent play call, excellent design, love it. Okay, be really explicit, love it. Also love Justin extending this thing, going all the way across, because we end up getting that fast drag with that over. It ends up putting a big stress. I think it's on 55 out here. He can't be right. He can't cover the flat and the over at the same time. And Justin does a great job of staying downhill like he might run it too. So So you've this kind of triple option out here. So lots of different parts coming together. Again, moving the launch point, alleviating pressure up front. This is what good offense looks like. Great job playing to your strengths, adapting to mistakes that you've made over the course of the season. It's a hell of a job. It really is. I love it. So just watch that ball handling here. We're going to fake toss, but 23 is coming across to secure the edge. There's nothing to fake. It's like he's faking this quarterback run to the left. Even if it's not fake toss, fake quarterback run to the left. Great. Come back out of it. No to the flat. Yes to the over. Nice job by 13. Again, settling down. Watch out. Next one here, 1st and 10. Now, I know we've talked about giving some grace to the spray radius of some misses or potential completions. That doesn't disqualify any throw to just go wherever it goes. Okay, I get it. We're in the elements. I get it. We're playing with gloves. This is one of those throws where you kind of say, wait, what? Even if you're in like a blizzard, this is one of those throws where this is a flat. We're just raising up and throwing a flat. We're trying to get like a little pick here or rub with the spot or stick, but we can't throw this ball over here. Like it doesn't compute for me. So these are the ones where we can acknowledge and give some grace here with the accuracy. I really do. I think he could, again, help himself by just being lined up to these throws. I personally think when he works to the left, he looks like he never quite gets lined up, and that's why it's consistently all over the place. But this throw looks like he's lined up into the woods, right? Like this is T-box. Like he's lined up over here, and he needs to be lined up to throw this thing way over here. So again, it's one thing to say, hey, you got to put it out in front of him, or hey, you don't want to put it on his back shoulder here or throw it right at him because he's a back. You can't miss by 5 yards on a flat. It just, and maybe it slipped, and it's just me being a jerk. I just don't think so, especially with how accurate he's been with the other throws. So again, to me, right there, he's not lined up to throw this. Right? Like I want to make sure this is, yes, it's my opinion, but like if we're going to go left foot, right foot, this right foot and your next step with your left, they have to be, you want that thing locked into where you're going, scoped in. It's really hard to be lined up like this and then open that front door and step right where you need to, slightly open, to be able to throw this thing to a back in the flat to the wide side of the field. It's one of those throws that looks easy, not easy, but that being said, we still can't miss by that many yards. So again, it's just about banking the entire catalog of how we're playing right now. And again, to me, he's drifting to his left. We're catching that, we're throwing it over the left guard, essentially. Just a lot of moving parts, hard to be consistent. Next one here, nice little completion. Again, 18 doing work, the tight end up top on a little, I'm going to call this a drag. I think maybe he runs it a little bit deeper just because the depth of the linebacker. They end up getting confused on the back end. Nice job from Justin seeing it. Again, we've talked about how this kind of post wheel thing is essentially a glorified clear to the left. So play action, no, trying to get that tight end going across. Right up on his face, dart of a throw, outstanding job, nice finish from 18, a lot to like. So again, feel like I've been critical of this being a static offense in the past. Okay, everybody now is running this fast, we'll call it exit motion from Miami. You essentially get glorified clears here, right? So we're through, and then we're going to have 18 coming across. Now I'm guessing 85 is hurt, but didn't look like he's playing a lot. This to me is kind of that tweener route. So this is, it's not really like a true drag. I think of like drags or drives as like 5-yard routes. So it doesn't look like he's running like a true shallow across here. It's almost like a little bit of a tweener on that over crosser world. And I think it confuses the defense because someone needs to be running with this guy. So whether it's the safety type or whether he's passing that off to the backer who doesn't get any depth, someone needs to be matching to him because everyone else is being matched up. So they get confused on the back end. Justin does a nice job finding him, letting him run. So play action, fast motion, play fake, no. You see the glorified clears down here to the bottom. Get out of there. Justin lined up to the left. Again, when he comes out of this thing, that, if you're trying to throw it, and again, we don't know what the reads are. Okay? If you're trying to throw the seam, this, you just draw a line on through his toes or through his ankle, wherever he's lined up. Maybe. But he eventually gets over here. Now, again, I personally think he just looks like he has gotten, what I would say, the adjective I would use is a little looser or sloppy with his footwork at the back of these things. Now, it works here. But again, you can see him. I mean, I guess you could get away with that being a kickback just because someone's getting walked back into your lap. But it's a world where it's a lot harder to be consistent when you're moving backwards like that. Now, again, he's strong enough to make it work right there. That's a hell of a play, throw, finish. It's a really nice job. It's just one of those patterns with him in the backfield, meaning in the drop back area, where it makes life really difficult on himself. It's a hell of a job right there. It's a big time throw, moving backwards, giving 18 time to run to that second window. Open, big chunk. Hell yes. Next one here, touchdown run to the back. Now, the reason this is on a quarterback video is because this is Justin Fields impacting the play. Like, yes, it's just zone read, but the reason it works, in my opinion, is because of Justin Fields. So this is the threat of the run game of what he does. So we're going to read 93 to the left. Big old 93. Got KO on the influence block, but you've got the linebacker 55 so concerned about scraping for the zone read for Fields that essentially it's one-on-one for the back. Okay, so what I mean by that is this is who we're reading on zone read. So he's not going to be blocked. We're going to have 18 right here. He's going to influence, like pretend like he's going to block him, and then come up here. Boom. Well, just do the math up front, right? You don't have to be a math guru. 5. Okay, so let's go 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess who's not blocked? The linebacker. Okay, on a run from the 2. Now, normally he should be able to fit this and make this tackle on the back. But guess what? He's terrified of this guy, as he should be, as everyone in the league should be, of running the ball. So once they do this downhill, so it's just zone read, so we're handing it right there. We're so terrified of this that this guy is just whoop out of here. And so when he cuts this thing back, there's nobody to help with the fit. There's no extra hit to keep him out of the end zone, and he gets in. So Justin Fields ends up impacting right here and right here by just being Justin Fields. This is what he brings to the table. This is what it has been for years, but they just can't seem to capitalize on it enough. So again, whoop, whoop. And a nice job by the back and the offensive line taking advantage of the matchups. Just a really nice job. So watch 93, the left defensive end. We're going to influence, easy read, give. And now watch 55, the linebacker. He's scraping the whole time. He's got no chance to make that play. They just don't have enough dudes when the linebacker isn't part of the fit. So great job, touchdown, Justin Fields impacting the run. Next one here, 3rd and 3. This is a brutal one. It's really hard to play quarterback in the NFL in general. It's almost impossible to play quarterback in the NFL with free runners in the A gap. Okay, so what should be a really simple turn to the right for the center looks like they're confused. They go to the left. Justin certainly expects him to go to the right. You can see the communication right here. Look at his hand. No, go to the right. Why are we not going to the right? Now, is part of that on Justin Fields, the communication to confirm it? Absolutely. It just is. I don't care what system you're in. We don't need to be in the quarterback room to know that. Okay. 5 most dangerous. Boom, right there. It looks like the offensive line is going all the way down here. Now, the reason you wouldn't want to do that is because someone has to cover this guy. Now, maybe they would hit you with like some sort of like 2 trap over here and like roll this guy over here, trap this corner. Okay, well, we got to have a plan for that potentially. But this is what I would consider a pretty simple declaration for these 5 going to those 3 and these 2. And this is just triple slant. The ball has to come out and the ball has to come out here. Now, I think maybe you could make the argument that Justin could catch it and still throw it if he knew locked in for sure because coverage-wise here, middle field closed, press man, man free, and triple slant, we're going to have the leverage we want right there, especially if that's our dude. Okay, so there's all sorts of errors here. I would say it's difficult to overcome a center declaration here. I'm throwing the center under the bus because I think it's his responsibility, but it's on the quarterback too. It's just, it looks like, I still think you could throw it up top to the slant. It would be a catch and you get a shot in the ribs. Again, let me make sure I'm clear. It's almost impossible to play quarterback like this. Free runner in the A gap can't happen. The other reason here why I think this is on the center is because if this was to the left, so you can see Justin talking to these guys up front. He immediately stands up. What the hell? Why didn't we go to the right? Well, he needs to confirm it, first of all. Okay, that's the first thing. So we've had to overcome this position all year for this organization. That's just the truth of it, in my opinion. So right here, if we're going to go to the left, okay, so let's just say this guy's right. Okay, we really want to do this. So these three are going to the three over here. So they're not part of any turnover here. Well, if that's the case, then this is going to be a squeeze, and then the free runner is going to be out here. It is not possible to turn to the left and then go out here and allow this guy to run through the A gap. Again, in pass pro, in drop back pass protection, you almost always want to secure both A's and both B's. That means nobody at the first line of the defense gets to run free through either of these four gaps unblocked. Ever. And I know a great course that goes into significant depth about building the foundations of a strong drop back pass protection unit. And this is one of the core principles in any pass protection unit. So it's just not good enough. And again, part of it is on Justin, in my opinion, for not confirming it. He's the general out there. It might be 62's responsibility to make the call at the line of scrimmage, but one can make him right. Cool. But that's just not sound football. Like, this is how people get hurt. This is all bad. Not good enough, any level, let alone the NFL Week 17. Next one here, 3rd and 8. Okay, we've complimented the offense in the first half about different things. This is not one of those things. This is 3rd and 8. Whatever this route combination is up top, we have no chance. There's not a first down throw in here. So then we go and run, and for some reason, and I could only imagine if you're actually a fan of the Bears. I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I don't really care if the Bears win or lose. But not getting these calls, like letting your quarterback continue to get hit while he's sliding, this is an NFL issue. Nobody else gets hit like this all the time. And maybe he late slides this one, but I feel like he gets hit by multiple people here. I just don't understand the no calls here. It feels really, really borderline malicious. Now, what the combination is up top, I don't know, man. And now, I know this guy is having a nice game, and it's great. I love having a tight end that's got a little bit more vertical threat to him or passing threat to him down the field. No offense, okay? 85 is a great inline Y, but he's not getting down the field a whole lot. Now, he's making some really nice contested catches, but this guy's had a really nice game up until this point. Whatever this is, okay, like a switch release out, and then we'll call it like a deep hook or sticks route, and then we're going almost like Kelsey-ish here, where we're coming out and we're turning the wrong way, I think, and we're all just kind of like, this to me just looks like a muddy look, like there's not good enough spacing here. And then at the bottom of the screen, wide receiver 1 locked up. So there's just nowhere to go scheme-wise. So it's one of those things where now we got to go. Now we have a pass pro issue. So watch that thing up top. Where do you want the ball to go? It's 4-on-3, but really only 2 guys are taking away those 3 routes. I mean, it's just the spacing is funky. You can't have 3 guys in the same area. And by the time it's even the guys turn around, Justin's got to go because we can't pass off a stunt on our right side. So nothing. Got to go. We slide. I would say that's unnecessary roughness, sliding for a player who's become defenseless, especially a quarterback. But Justin Fields not going to get these calls, or hasn't gotten these calls up until this point. Put it that way. Now, the other thing about this is pass pro wise, This is just a simple TE to our right. And the right tackle, for whatever reason, just doesn't get any depth to pass this thing off. He's way too flat. You gotta trust your teammate. And again, this is not O-line school, and I'm not gonna pretend to be a guru on tackle play. But get out of there with some width and depth. As soon as your guy disappears like that, you got to be a strong presence, get your left hand out, kickstand 93, and then try to take him over. But you can't give up that short edge like that because you don't get any depth. So, and again, I know we're working with a young guy. All those things being said, it's hard to play quarterback like this. Got to go. And we're getting hit when we slide. Just rough. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notification. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the courses. Get over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check out all those linked in the video description as well. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Now we're into the second half. Love the aggressiveness to start this thing. We get a beautiful switch release dagger, deep in, I'm going to call it. Might have some post-ish vibes, but I think this is a deep in rip with beautiful anticipation right up on his face. Simply an outstanding hookup. Beautiful design. Interesting pass pro, we'll call it, but that's a beautiful throw. Big time hookup. I think selfishly, this is what I've wanted to see forever with this unit. Again, I love the design. If I'm going to talk about some of the critical issues, we're going to talk about some things that we really like. So there's the switch release to jump. We're then going to get in here and run this essentially like switch release back to the deep corner flag pylon area. When we run this in, we're going to be leaning. We're going to have that defender outside of us. So lean on him, and you can really see him kind of lean outside to then snap this thing back. And again, the best part. Okay, let it wash over you. Because it's been a while. We got to enjoy these. Anticipation. Beautiful. Bold. Okay? Italicize. Okay? Enjoy this. Underline. Okay? And then we're going to raise the font. Okay? It's that impressive. That's what I want to see, man. It should be more. There's no doubt it should be more, because you see flashes like this and you just wonder, where's it been? Well, why isn't it more of this? He's lined up to the left. Let that thing go right there. That's anticipation deep down the field. Those deep intermediate shots. Throwing it early. It's right on his face. It's a big chunk. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, gratitude. That is excellent. Now, the reason I say it's unique pass pro is because I'm not familiar with the left guard tracking a stunt like this, but it works. Hey, maybe they're reinventing pass protection. Maybe they've got some new man technique where they're just like, you know what? We can't pass off a stunt, so F it. Left guard, just run with the guy. Play some basketball out there. Justin, beautiful throw. Dot, love it. Outstanding. Hell yes. Next one here, 3rd and 4. This is a rough one. Okay, I think there are a few things here to kind of make sense of. I personally think that Justin plays this. The throw is really nice. Again, we're not in their quarterback room, so we don't know what the read is, quote unquote. I can tell you that, in my opinion, okay, he doesn't throw it to the correct guy. And what I mean by that is, when you get this kind of motion, what I'm going to say, and this is from trying to put together the pass protection and the formation unit. When you get this kind of motion and he's going to bluff and then get into the flat, most people would call this power pass or some iteration of it. And then he's going to come and he's going to take the end man on the line of scrimmage and usually chop him at the outside quad. When this is the play and the offensive line is essentially going gap away, so full slide away, usually we're trying to get the ball right here, 1. Okay, and if that's the case, 1, usually whatever the number 2 is coming, this is on the same side. So for me here, the number 2 would be right here on this over. Now I think I'm again correct by saying the number 2 here is because DJ Moore is under 13 here. So as 13 comes across and we end up throwing in the ball, yes, he's open. Okay, but we can't keep our feet down. So DJ Moore is under 13. And then you've got 85, fast healer. Okay, he's coming back across this way. So I would guess the read is 1, 2, and then kind of 3. See these guys on the backside together. I personally think that Justin plays this thing too quickly, and I'd be hot if I was this guy because this should be a touchdown to him. But again, we don't know for sure. That's just me trying to make sense of the play. Now, again, you play it out here, and we say no to the guy in motion. So right there, no, he's outflanked. DJ Moore, back pylon. See, Justin's already off of him. So he doesn't give it, to me, he doesn't quite get the timing of this thing. So fake it, drop. He's already off the flat down here to the bottom before he hits the back of his drop. Right there, that's where you should be on the flat. And then the next hitch, right there, instead of going backwards, you're to DJ Moore. As opposed to retreating. Now we're backing up. We're falling away to the left. Yes, it should be a catch and a touchdown. But we're working backwards, and now we're out of bounds. So again, it's just for me, this is a combination of both not quite getting the timing of what I think this thing is, because to me, this is 1, let it work. 2, let it work. Okay, now they're not there. Now we go back across the field here, back across the field here, as opposed to saying 1, it's not there right here. Okay, and then he's not given a chance to develop because he's not all the way back there. Then by the time we flip around, now, yeah, we're playing these guys open, but this guy is open. We want this guy to get the ball. Okay? Everybody and their mother is telling me about how great this guy is, and he certainly had a great season, no doubt. Let's get him the ball. Don't come off of this early. So again, there's just continues to be, even on nice wins like this, this is a disconnected unit. And when you watch the film, these things don't make a lot of sense. Now, I would also tell you that, again, not wide receiver school, but for me, not quite my tempo, not quite my release. If I want the ball and I want a touchdown, I better get my rear over here as quick as I can. I don't want to, do like an Ocho Cinco release. Yeah, he might be open, but it doesn't time up with the quarterback. So again, is the release an issue? What? Just go, bro. Damn. All to kick a field goal. But again, I think the most important error here, or the kind of gap, is just the way Justin's playing this thing. So he's too fast. You can see how he never even looks at Moore. So he's already off the fullback. He's not at the top of his drop. And again, I want to be really clear here. This could be a whole mini dissertation. Most NFL offenses are designed so when the quarterback does whatever drop it is, so play fake, and we're going to take a drop. This is not recess. You take a specific kind of drop. When you hit that back foot, whatever it is, universally, the first read is tethered to that back foot hitting there. Then you take a hitch. Okay, so we'll take a hitch or a reset, normally forward, not back. That's usually where number 2 is. Then you take another hitch. Number 3, that's where the number 3 would be, over here. So it's all tethered to your footwork. That's when you hear me say rhythm, timing, those types of things just don't exist right now in this offense, or at least aren't evident with the film, because we're all over the place. Yeah, that should be a touchdown, right? Like he gapped him running the back line. But the throw's a little bit behind us, a little bit high. I mean, we got to get our feet down here. It's just not good enough. If I'm being honest, it's just not good enough. Next one here, another miss. Again, I've already been really clear about the weather, giving some grace to the accuracy. All of those things can be true. This is also a miss. I think it shows a few things again with Justin. Yes, you're going to miss some guys in the elements. Yes, the throw's not going to be perfect. Missing by yards, 5-ish yards, those are different types of misses for me, regardless of the weather. I personally think this is a really nice example of showcasing Justin's base and how things can go sideways for him. So I'm going to pause it at the top. Nice job by the back here, aborting the fake and going to block 3. At the top, that throwing position right there, okay, this is where I would want Justin to live. Okay, he's loaded. Looks like his hips, shoulders, eyes all level, all locked in a powerful base, ready to throw. This is what I would say you want to stay in. So when you move, you just want to pretend like this guy can move like that, with his feet like that, not bringing them together, not popping up, not getting up on our toes. You want all your cleats in the ground like this. Okay, now I think you could throw that thing out there left-handed if he stayed like this. But when he pops up, so everything moves. So all your force is moving up. You're going up on your toes right there. Your base is too narrow now. So again, you watch the guys who are playing at a high level right now, I would say look a lot like that. To me, I think of Tua, Purdy, guys who play on time quickly, even like a guy potentially like Love right now. That's the base. This is popping up, bringing your feet together. That is skymailing something on your toes for a big chunk. And again, I'm not saying that things are going to be perfect when you're in the elements like this. It's not. But it's just unnecessarily difficult when you are causing your own issues with some of the mechanics that you're using throwing the ball. That's my point. And again, we can see it from the back here. Just watch the lower half. Boom, perfect. Stay right there. Now again, I think you could be lined up a little bit better to your left, but whatever. All his cleats in the ground. Now watch him pop up. Boop. Toes. I mean, come on, dog. It's not impossible to make the throw from that position, but it's just unnecessarily difficult, and it's hard to be consistent. And I think we've proven it now multiple times. It just can be cleaned up. You can make it easier for yourself. That's a shame to miss that. Next one, 3rd and 8. Another example of it's really hard to play quarterback when you can't protect up front. An absolute clown show going on at the line of scrimmage in the pass protection unit, and Justin Fields just doing Justin Fields things. Just straight up beast, man. Hard to bring him down. Dynamic playmaker. As good as anybody getting out of these types of things. Obviously, big, strong dude. Now, what's going on here? At multiple positions. Okay, so let's just talk through the pass protection. We're in 5-person protection. A universal way to best understand this is 2 ways. One, you either want to block the 5 most dangerous, or you want to slide away from wherever your first read is. Okay, so we're going to say 5 most dangerous here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And those are the 5 most dangerous in my opinion. They're the closest to the quarterback. Okay, so the center is going to turn right here. If the center's turning right here, well, then this is an easy fan out this way. And that's the first part. That doesn't happen. Okay, we've got some sort of like miscommunication here because the guard stepping down, we got a free runner over here. It's a dumpster fire over here. And that's a dumpster fire. Not good enough. Now that wouldn't be, that's bad. Okay, and it's not good enough. But then you add on the fact that we can't pass off this game over here. So they're going to go this way, and the center just gets trucked. So you got his ass on the ground. It's none of it's good enough. This is just not a way to be successful at any level of football, let alone the NFL. So first off, watch the right guard and center step on each other. So the right guard and the right tackle are both squeezing down. They're playing this thing like they expect the center to go to the left. So maybe the center goes the wrong way. I don't know. But then the right guard redirects back out. So he feels it. But the defensive end is free. Now watch the center get trucked. Jesus Christ. Just an absolute, I mean, come on, man. Help me help you. Look at the head. I mean, that looks violent. Jesus. It just, it's just hard to play offense like this, man. I don't understand it. And then Fields does that to bail your ass out. I mean, just Thank you, Justin. They should be buying him Christmas presents. So from the wide, one more time, you can see free runner to the bottom. Got to go. Just appreciate Justin. 2 hands on the ball, strength, come out of 2 tackles. Now we run away from people. Got guys blocking downfield. Turns into a nice chunk. Just a crazy athletic play, dynamic, strong as hell playmaker. And again, if and when this is ever in a system more competent, more consistent in both pass protection and scheme and matchups, you hope to see plays like this even more. Next one here, 4th and 6. Thought this was a tough one for the entire unit, Justin included. They get the point right here. They're protected. This is just 4 verticals, 3-by-1, middle field closed, man free. You got to throw it. Now, if you're not going to throw it, you got to give somebody a chance. There's no throwaways on 4th down. So this looks like a throwaway to me. Maybe he would say he's trying to give somebody a chance on a back shoulder. I think this is a nice job for the pass protection unit. If you thought you had a free play because somebody jumped, you definitely want to give somebody a chance. Now, do they jump to the right? I don't know. But they end up giving the ball away here, I think. So no. Now we got to go create a play. Now you got to give somebody a chance here. Who's he giving a chance to? 18 and more up top. Neither one of those guys look like they're going to give a chance on that ball. That just can't happen on 4th down. It just cannot happen. It's a bad football IQ play. It's not tolerated for any quarterback at any level, let alone Sunday. So again, you can see the communication here. They do a nice job of picking it up. So for me, middle field closed, press man across the board. We're going to be blocked up here. We got 6-person protection. They've got 6 with the potential threat of a rush. There's the 4 down, linebacker safety type. And we're blocked up. Great. Man free, and they're going to carry the verticals. Okay, so you can either throw a go on the outside. Great. Love this matchup, right? We love to. We love to throw it. Or we can rip a seam. So we've got the seam, and we've got the special coming across. Now, either the perimeter is not good enough to win, or we're not being decisive enough with the ball. It's probably all of the above. For me here, I'm throwing a back shoulder right here. Boom. Or I'm going to rip a seam. Or I'm going to tell my coordinator, hey, let's not have such a static formation. Get some movement here to be able to give me some leverage somewhere. But you can't call 4 verticals and have the back eaten up with the protection and not rip it down the field on 4th down. You got to throw it. Now, I know where the bones are buried on this play. You can see the logo for this channel. But you got to throw it. Now, again, you could easily play the Bryce Young game here where, who's open? Where do you want the ball to go? I would want the ball to go to either of the outside guys or the number 2. But he's already running. You know what I mean? Like he's running right there. You could throw a back shoulder to Moore at the bottom. You could throw a go up top. You could rip a seam down the field. And again, if they're going to double Moore with that safety, I think it's just because Justin's looking over here more than anything else. Ooh, you like that? Unintended. But this throw right here, we can't just chuck it out of bounds, dog. Come on. So again, I would love to see more movement, less staticky. I love the communication with the pass protection unit. We're blocked up, but when we're blocked up, we got to throw it. We can't go full panic mode. You can see here, 18's taking too long to come open. Okay, don't throw that. Great. You got to throw a seam, and let's just pretend, okay, because I've seen enough of these guys this year on defense to realize this guy, in my opinion, is a cheater. And I don't mean like a dirty cheater. I mean just like if this is middle of the field closed, he'll just abort this thing sometimes and just go try to make a play. And he makes great plays. I call him like a non-creeper Darren Sharper. Like he's got a nose for the ball. So when he does stuff like what I would say this is unorthodox, just go, because he knows, hey, they've got number 2 out here. He's had a hell of a day. It sure looks like Justin's looking this way, so he just aborts the middle of the field and goes. Well, you would love to see somebody locked in right here. Know that, look over here, come back, and rip a seam for a touchdown. But even if you're not going to play that high level, you have to give someone a chance on 4th down, man. You just have to. You have to. No, panic, Chuck, out of bounds. It's 4th down. Next one here, 2nd and forever. We're going to hit DJ Moore at the bottom of the screen on a little shallow. They're running old school shallow cross. 2 just runs away from him. Nice job. Ends up being a little mini punt return left. Now, would you love to see him maybe try to stay in bounds, go make this thing a massive play? Maybe. I would. I would also love to see Justin Fields not go backwards when he hits the back of his drop. But again, my issues, not your issues. A little super subtle right there. Watch him go backwards. Boop. Again, not quite my tempo. Doesn't matter here. Again, I know. Again, really nice year. Outstanding year. Maybe it's just me wanting too much from a guy who I think to be a true one across the league, you've got to be crazy dynamic. That to me looks like we're running out of bounds. Again, the first down marker is the 36. Maybe he just knew he got it first and got out of bounds. You be the judge. Maybe the field's too slippery. Maybe whatever. Insert whatever you want. Maybe not. Maybe he just doesn't like the left sideline. Because I feel like every time I see an opportunity for him to stay in bounds and make a crazy play, he just steps out of bounds. Maybe it's just me and me only watching every single offensive rep that this team has run this year with all 22 and sharing it with the public. Or maybe he just is an ambi-turner and can't turn right. Next one here. This is a wild one because this is a hell of a throw. Almost a great touchdown catch. Bottom of the screen, the new number 2. I'm going to call this a post. It might be a seam. I think it's a post. I think the throw is slightly off or leaning inside. And it's one of those things where this is a crazy, impressive arm talent throw. Now, is it exactly where you want? No. But are we in the elements? Yes. Do I think that Justin could make it easier on himself? Yes. I feel like I keep repeating myself. Now, would you love to see him catch the ball? Yes. All of the above, right? It could be so awesome. So what is this play? This looks like we're trying to get the number 2 right here. It looks like he comes up and is running a post. Now, the throw for me ends up bringing him back across this way. So I think if you kept it on his line, it's a hell of an easier catch. Now, we've already seen DJ Moore make some spectacular catches, and you expect him to make this catch, but it's a difficult catch. Okay, now, what is this play? This play looks like we're running a stop up here, and this free safety, different guy, not 3, but still runs over the top, overreacts to Moore and looking over there. Justin then sees this on the backside and rips it. Now, the only part, the throw, not being exactly where you want is one thing. And again, I just feel like he could help himself so much if he got away from the backwards movement and got more into the lateral kind of ability to slide and stay toward moving up in the pocket. So maybe more depth to start and then able to slide it and be going this way as opposed to going this way with his movement in the pocket. And it's one of those things where, hey, if this is the only rep you see it, okay, we just missed almost a really special play. But to me, this is a pattern back here. We're moving backwards too much, making life way too difficult on ourselves. So let's watch this safety up top. Watch him overreact to DJ Moore up top. All right, there, go. See him turn and go. So now we're open down here to the bottom. Now watch Justin's feet. So that's the back of his drop right there. He's on the 41. Backwards. It's just, it's fucking hard, man. It's hard, and he almost does it. He almost makes the spectacular happen here. But it's just really difficult as opposed to getting that more consistent, firm, grounded base to being able to just play from there, to be more consistent with the ball location. And again, I get it. I can see the flurries, okay? I know we're dealing with weather. But the weather doesn't make him go backwards. It's so much harder than it has to be. And that's a good throwing position. He's just backwards. And again, you can see the ball as he runs this way. the ball is going to shave him back this way. Just enough to make it difficult. And again, you got spoiled with DJ Moore making some spectacular catches early in this game. This would have been a nice one. We got to make that play, but it didn't happen. Next one here, 3rd and 6. I so love DJ Moore early in this game, having the kind of nose for the sticks. Right here, he just doesn't. Now, whether this is a combination of the route depth from Moore, the scheme not allowing him to do it, I probably think it's probably both, because this should be a first down. To come up a yard short on 3rd and 6, okay, the ball is at the, 29.5? So it's not on the white line. Here's the line. Here's 5. Okay. If the ball is right here, here's 5. We got to get to 6. So you'd love to run this route. If the route is just a straight up stick or turn around, you want to get past the sticks. You don't want to run this route at 4 yards where you catch this thing, get tackled, get hit, right? They vice you. They do it. Or they end up getting multiple bodies on you, and you can't even extend and get this thing to a first down because you're so short. So it's either the concept, the structure, or the wide receiver not getting the depth. Hard to know. Only they know. But this is one of those ones where, to me, this just shows, again, another example of an offense that's just not good enough. Like the options, the execution is just not good enough. Whether it's DJ Moore losing his mind about where he's at with his depth, or us not having the capacity to take that thing deep enough to get a first down, because that's brutal. That's a nice job from Justin Fields. It's a nice job protecting him, letting him throw, 3rd and medium. We got to get a first there. Got to get a first. Next one here, another nice little runaway to DJ Moore, bottom of the screen. Now we get a little lucky because 2 runs right into a linebacker right here. We got great pass protection, got all day to throw. You potentially could have a shot down the field. Only they know kind of what their read is here. This looks like kind of a muddy mesh, if I can say it, muddy mesh. 13 maybe on a double move to our right for a big play. If it's not there, great pass protection. Look at that pass protection. No one around him. Ends up turning into punt return right. Again, when it's going good, it's going good. Okay, and what I mean by that is bottom of the screen, watch DJ Moore run right into the linebacker. Dunk. Okay, and he still gets the ball. Okay, now the part here for me, when you want to say, hey, is this a turn down from Justin Fields? Only they know. But this doesn't look like a clear route up top for me. So condensed formation, fake the out, up. If we're in a dome, I'm throwing that 100 out of 100 times. Maybe in the elements, he gets a wet ball, it doesn't feel great about it, whatever. It ends up working. But again, he could easily get jacked here and fall to his rear. He's a strong enough guy. Ends up coming in here, big collision, surprise, ends up being wide ass open. So again, it's just about, is this type of play consistent? No. Is it work right here? Yeah. Okay. Great pass protection. Big, nice chunk. Hard to say, hey, why don't we do that? We should call that more. When it's one of those things where, yes, it works out. You love the fact that you play the play that's called. Don't like it down the field. Best player on offense, potentially on the perimeter. Wide open, get it to him. Good things happen. There's my guy right here on the sideline trying to strip that. Come on, dog. Whoop. Next one here, another 3rd down, 3rd and 7. We're going to run triple slant with Dragon. For me, the ball needs to be thrown to DJ Moore. He's open. He's at the correct spot. Now, again, Justin can certainly do this. And I think I'm on the record as much as anybody in this space saying that I love Justin getting vertical, going out and creating plays. He's hard to bring down, all those types of things. This is awesome when there's nothing there. Okay, that's a great play from Justin Fields. But this is there on time. Again, triple slant to me. So we're going to go triple slant down here to the bottom. So quick slant or dart, true slant by the number 2. And then whether you run a hitch in, it doesn't really matter. The ball's not coming out to the number 3 very often. Up top, we're going to run what I'm used to calling Dragon. Slant, flat. Middle field closed. Man, These should be outside leverage because they're trying to funnel to that middle field player. This is there all day to the number 2. All day. Number two, all day. We got to throw this. And again, I would say you got to throw this if you're at like rookie mini camp and you just learned to read. This is the read. This is the pitcher look. Must throw. And you got your dude here. Must throw. So yes, we're using our legs. We're getting a first down. But why are we not throwing this? It's there. Like it's perfectly designed. Throw it. That's open. That's a big play. Throw it. It's frustrating, man. And they can say whatever they want to say in the locker room. They can say whatever they want to say post game when you get a big win, when you're rolling at home now. This is hard to coach and coordinate if we're not going to let this rip because it's designed perfectly. It would be one thing if you had your, third tight end here and you had your dude out here. You know what I mean? Like that would be, I get that. I don't get this. And again, I just being honest about what the film shows us. Okay. And it's awesome. Go make a play. Go do you. But if we want to take another step, we want to stop having conversations every draft cycle. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Are they going to draft somebody? Just play the plays that are there sometimes. It's there to be made. We don't need the spectacular here. Next one here, 3rd and 4. Okay, we're going to try to rip a beautiful corner down here to the bottom to DJ Moore. He's the number 2. Okay, this certainly looks like it could be a penalty here. Grabbing his left arm right there. It's a dot of a throw. Okay, again, probably going to ruffle some feathers here. This is not the correct decision, in my opinion. And it's compounded by the fact that we've seen Justin Fields play this play on 3rd down in a harder 3rd down situation, make the correct read, getting the ball to the back on a check down, and it being a big chunk. Yes, could this be a spectacular throw? Yes. Again, you're doing what the defense wants here by having us throw a corner versus outside leverage and over the top help. You got to drop it right down on him. Now, does he? It's pretty damn special throw. It's a good throw. Doesn't mean it's the right decision. All right, we've already seen this play. Quick out, corner, basic, drive. Now, if you remember where the ball went, I said, man, that's really nice. We've seen Justin Fields now go full field to the check down. And it was wide ass open on 3rd and 9, right? Guess what? I mean, just don't predetermine it. And again, I know it feels like potentially I'm talking out the side of my mouth because I said, hey, we got to force it to this guy if he's the guy. But this is a force. This is not a premium look. We just had a premium look on a slant. This is not a premium look. It's frustrating, man. And it's frustrating from someone who has not tethered to the outcome of this game. I'm not getting fired for play calling at the end of the season, at least this year from this team. But this would frustrate me, man. You've already played the play perfectly. Read it out. They can't sort it out. The check down's wide ass open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can count to 3, you can play for me. Again, you should already know what I'm going to say about the footwork, man. This is the same game. Working backwards. Fucking hard. It's hard. It's not that hard. Again, it's easy for me from a chair, library, nice ambiance, good vibes, not in the snow. Just stop going backwards. And that's a sweet throw. I mean, the arm talent is pretty wild. Driving the ball down the field. It really is. But we don't have to force it. That's a force. Last one here, 2nd and 8. 2:02 left to go in the 4th quarter. So the reason you can throw it here is because it's going to go to the 2-minute regardless. We're in the snow. We're going to throw a post down here to the bottom with like a delay wheel to the tight end. It's not there. You just got to run it, dog. The play clock in your head has got to go off faster than this. It's not the ability of, hey, you got to play it faster. just the it looks like there's like a disregard for timing in this offense. Like there's just no rhythm to it. So when you play fake this thing, no to the post right there. Okay, that's your foot in the ground. Post, no. Hitch, no to the tight end. Run. Or we need the back out on a check down. You know, sometimes they get out, sometimes they don't get out. You know, right here, the back's just burning himself. That's doing fucking nothing. Like this is just not good enough offense, man. So if you're staying, if the back's staying in, then Justin has to run. You can't just be chilling. Wait, what? They're playing behind me? And again, you're going to get hurt like this. That's a brutal shot. We've already been hurt this year by getting hit in the back, haven't we? Just craziness. For who, for what? Damn. So I'm not mad at the play call. The design, maybe not my favorite. Don't love, post, delay wheel to third tight end, but whatever. He's had a good day. Right there, run. Or get the back out on a check down. It's not hard to get a back out on a check down in the NFL. It just isn't. But it is for this unit. And this is just way too much of a hit for a guy who potentially is going to be the franchise moving forward. It's just not good enough. Even with the spectacular, there are spectacular. And I hear all this momentum about, oh, the locker room loves him, the sideline loves him. That might be the case. But this is not good enough right here. Boom. Jesus. So that is a wrap. Justin Fields, really nice win in the elements. Thought he played very well for the vast majority of this game, throwing the ball down the field, being aggressive. Thought the play calling was probably as good as I've seen this year as far as taking advantage of their skill set, using DJ Moore with the double moves, being aggressive down the field. We even saw some anticipation. Now, the accuracy, always going to be tough in the elements, but I thought for the most part, driving the ball down the field gave his guys shots to make plays. I think when you pull it apart, you continue to see some of the same issues for me, whether it's not being good enough up front with the pass protection unit, whether there being some potential spacing issues or too static of a unit offensively perimeter-wise. I think Justin continues, and this is the part for me that is frustrating, is the combination of his footwork either deteriorating or not being good enough Sunday football-wise, rhythm, timing. It just looks like it's a disjointed pass protection or passing unit because he's never on time or very rarely on time consistent. And even when he is, he's moving backwards or he's popping up or he's making life difficult on himself drifting. And so all of those things together just make it really hard to be consistent. You add in the elements, it's tough. And so I don't think that those are things that can't be changed or coached or probably will be changed. But it's one of those things where you turn on the film, yeah, there are spectacular runs. There are spectacular throws. Justin's impacting the game in all sorts of different ways. And he's making life difficult on himself. And so when you put all those things together, it's just hard to be consistent. And when it works and you hit a couple big plays, it looks great. But you can see some gaps that continue to be there, even in nice wins. And so that's the frustrating part. And I don't think there's an easy answer. I know everybody wants to know, hey, what are you going to do? You're going to keep him? You go, oh, the sideline loves him. The locker room loves him. Look at the videos on the social media. They love him. Okay. I'm not disagreeing. And I want him to be successful. I really do. I don't know how you run it back with everybody coming back, if I'm being honest. If you're going to make a change, I think the easiest change is going to be at the play caller position. Who do you get? Who comes in to fix it? Who's, you get a guy who's established, who's done it a few times. You get a guy who is a young guy on the up. Well, then he's only going to be there for a few years. What are you going to do there? You're going to bring in a whole new regime? You're going to draft a different quarterback? I don't think there are any easy answers, if I'm being honest. I would guess right now, today, whatever the date is, they're probably going to run it back with a new coordinator. That buys everyone, a few more years. It's only a real disaster if Caleb Williams goes on to become the next Patrick Mahomes. Percentages say that's not going to happen. We'll see. I don't know, man. I'm pulling for him. I think that Justin Fields can become the guy that I thought he could become coming out of school when I thought he was the best guy in the class. I thought he was tough, physical, dynamic playmaker, ability to drive the ball down the field. I just want someone in there that's going to really, really be connected to the timing, rhythm, consistency that needs to happen from a guy within the pocket to allow Justin to be more consistent and for them to upgrade on the perimeter. I personally think they have to upgrade on the perimeter and interior offensive line. That's me. Now, if they do that, if they go out there and get him a dynamic one on the perimeter, a dynamic one, not a guy who's had a really nice season, but a dynamic, game-changing one. I like it. Let's roll with that. We'll see. They have the capacity and the draft capital to do that. Now, is that what they're going to do? I don't know. If you're going to keep Justin Fields, I think that's what you have to do. So we'll see. A lot of moving parts. This was a long one. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I had a fun doing this one. Hop over to the Patreon community if you want to see videos like this. I will see you next time. Have a good one.